Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Taryn and you're watching Sow in the City. So today I just want to do a quick little garden update just to show you how everything is looking right now. And we do have some updates, some good and some not so good. So check it out. But first, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Okay, so as you can see here, this is a lot of cilantro. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but it has gotten so tall. I mean, just so tall. My apologies for that noise, that's my phone. But this has just gotten so tall that I'm going to have to harvest this today, okay? And I do see that it may be going to seed. It may be going to seed a little bit, so I am a little bit concerned about that. That can affect the taste, but again, it still needs to be harvested, so that's going to happen today, and I will be filming that. But as you can see next to it, there's a lot of sweet potatoes. Okay, a lot of sweet potato vines that will continue to grow, and we will just let it do what it does until we actually can harvest sweet potatoes. But you can see that there's some white dust on that, and what that is diatomaceous earth. I put some of that on there just because I saw some like damage to some leaves. That's my phone again, sorry. But yeah, so I put that on there. This, Lord have mercy, this is my time. This time is just so much. It's just too much, and I need to go ahead and harvest this immediately. Again, that will be done today as well, possibly this evening. So this and that time will be harvested. And as you can see right here, before I go to the next bed, we have some zinnias right here that are so beautiful. So beautiful. To try and attract pollinators. And I also have some sunflowers in my garden that's going to attract pollinators as well. But this bed right here is just filled with strawberry plants. We've already gotten some strawberries off of this plant. I'll take a picture of it and add it in this video. But see, there's another strawberry that needs to be harvested. That strawberry is going to be harvested today. But yep, that's the strawberry bed. And then you have some onions right there. I think those are red onions. I think. But yep. Oh, more strawberries that need to be harvested. Yay. We'll get those today. And more zinnias. So pretty. So I'll take you over here. So as you can see, the garden is somewhat messy. That plant just needs to go. It's I don't know what its problem is, but it's seen better days. But this is our tomato alley, tomato fence line, if you will. It goes all the way down there, if you can see that. But my only complaint about this area is that it's just, you know, a little messy with the weeds. So I'm gonna have my dad just like cut these weeds all the way back and then put mulch or something over here. It's funny because we did put some hay or something over here before, but that clearly didn't help enough. So we're gonna have to put some better mulch on top of it after cutting it down completely and just you know, trying to get this in control so that it can look prettier and more appealing to the eye. But yes, so, but these are our tomatoes. These are tomatoes, and they're doing quite well. I probably should have put some mulch around the base of the tomato plants as well. But again, the tomatoes are looking pretty good. They're growing, steadily growing. And we actually just got our first rain in about a week or two, so that's been good for it. But I have noticed that I probably should stop watering the tomato plants so much. Before, I was watering them in the morning and in the evening, and I think I should just water them once very well in the morning, and then just do that like check the garden every morning to see if it needs to be watered again, but don't water it so heavily twice a day, especially when it's going to be raining during the week. So yeah, but that's that. See, you can kind of tell that that one, you can kind of see that this plant has just been overwatered a little bit because the leaves are a little lighter. And this as well, this is my sunflower plant. It's definitely been overwatered. Not because it rained, but because I was just watering it sometimes twice a day, way too much. So, yeah. And again, I want to add some mulch right here. Well, first just cut this all back and then add mulch so that it can look nice, you know. And then we got to get these weeds. Look, some weeds are popping out of the rocks. Yep. This is a positive though. We have some raspberries, and we didn't grow this from seed, as you can tell. We got this from a local nursery. It's called the Candy Thornless Raspberry, and you know, it's leaning over for some reason. That may be how the plant is supposed to do. Like, you know, it might supposed to lean over like this. I'm not sure, but either way, it is producing some fruit for us. It is producing some fruit for us, which is really cool, as you can see right there. And then you can see some fruit right there, so that's awesome. And then you can see this one, this plant stands up, which is really cool. It's another raspberry plant, but this is a different raspberry plant. The raspberries here are red, and these raspberries can be seen right there. So how cool is that? And again, this one might be getting overwatered again. I was watering it morning and evening, and I did that right before it actually rained yesterday. So I just have to do better with not overwatering, you know, and really stick my finger in the soil and see if it needs water. But we can move over here. Again, look at that huge weed. That's a huge weed. But right here, I'm going to, you know, just make sure that I be more cautious about how often I water my tomatoes, just like everything else. As you can see, that one might be getting overwatered right there too. So much overwatering. But hey, they're still looking good besides that, and they're still growing. This one's growing so much. So yeah, those are my tomato plants. Hopefully we'll get some tomatoes soon. Okay, y'all, so this is the next day. My camera actually died when I was in the middle of filming the earlier clips of this video, but that's okay. So I'm going to start off with showing you this bed. Excuse me. So this bed in particular, you know, it has mostly squash in it, but we have had some struggles. So this right here is a marigold plant. So I tried to put plants at each of the four corners of the bed. So you have, those are marigold and nasturtiums, and then again over here you have marigold and nasturtiums. And then in this middle row, I wanted to make it just all parsley, but some of the parsley just didn't germinate. Like that one right there did not germinate. That one did, and honestly, that's the only one that germinated. So I ended up putting another, I think that one is trying to germinate. I think it's really small. But I ended up putting another squash right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plant some more parsley right here. And hopefully that will actually germinate. But yeah, so this bed here is just mostly squash, and you can see like there's some squash right there. It's looking pretty good. You can see there's a squash right there. It's looking pretty good. So yeah, squash right there, squash right there, squash right there, squash right there, squash right there. It's looking pretty good. But like I said, see, that one is struggling because it already got some bug damage, and honestly, I don't know if it's gonna come back, but you know, we put some diatomaceous earth all around it. I maybe put too much of diatomaceous earth, but I just wanted to be careful. And of course, that's our strawberry plant up there. It's looking pretty good. It might need some more water. I don't know if it's drying out or what. I don't know, y'all. Like I said, there's good, bad, and ugly in the garden. But okay, so we're gonna go over here, and on this side you have cucumbers. So I think there's like 2 or 3 cucumber plants right here. I'm going to have to move one of these plants. I did not mean to put so much in one spot. This is another cucumber plant. Oh my god, that's just one right there. But that one I think is a pickling cucumber, a Boston pickling, and I think this one is a silver slicer. And then the rest of this row is black-eyed peas. The rest of this row is black-eyed peas. And again, we had to put some diatomaceous earth to protect from the bugs. Now this back row is doing okay. I think it might be struggling with overwatering maybe. Because you can't see the damage. But this whole back row is green beans. So it's all green beans. Okay. And I know it's kind of hard to see because there's a net on it, but I don't feel like moving the net off. And then you can see kind of like in the middle, well, you can't really see, but the middle is mostly nasturtiums. In the middle row. And again, I don't know what it is, but some of them did germinate and some of them didn't. So I might have to just do that again as well. But yeah. And then again, right here, we just have some bean plants. Some of them are cow peas, some of them are black-eyed peas, and some of them are green beans. Okay? And this right here is our watermelon, honeydew melon patch. So this one here is I think it's a honeydew melon. You can see it has a little bloom or blossom right there, which is really cool. It needs to be pollinated. I might do my research on how to pollinate that. But that's that. And then you can see right there we have, these are the watermelon seedlings. They're small. I might need to just be more mindful with like how many I planted in this bucket. I did not mean to plant 6 in this bucket. I promise you I didn't. This bucket is mostly the yellow variety of a watermelon. I think this is the larger variety of a watermelon. These last 2. But we planted like 3 different kinds. So I just have to make sure that I keep this watered, you know. I didn't water it today because it's supposed to rain today. And so Memphis weather is very odd. It could say that it's going to rain, but then it won't. Or it might just rain in a certain neighborhood. So I'm going to see what it does tonight. And if it does rain, that's great. If it doesn't, then I'll just have to make sure to water the garden extra tomorrow. Because it was hot today. Okay. And then over here, this is our fruit patch. I think I did show you this in the last clip, but I'll show you it again. This is basically lots of fruit trees over here. Those 2 right there. So you have, this one is a plum tree, that one is an apple tree. These are citrus trees right here. These are citrus. We have a lemon tree, a lime tree, a lemon and lime tree, and an orange tree. And then this is a blueberry bush, and that is an avocado plant. That was an avocado plant that my dad actually started from seed, but as you can see, as soon as he transplanted this into this bigger pot, it had transplant shock, I guess, and died. So the root system may not have been strong enough for it to be transplanted. I don't know. But the root system, my dad propagated it. So he took the seed and put the seed in some water, and it grew roots. Now it seemed like it had a good enough root system because we put it in a smaller pot first and it did well. But for some reason when we moved it into this bigger one, it just died. So I don't know why. But as you look here, this is our peach tree, one of our peach trees, and look, so many peaches. So I'm just so happy about that. And again, I need to water it, but we will see if it rains tonight. And so we'll see. And this one has one peach. Can I find it? There it is. One peach that's doing okay on this one. One. But that's okay because it survived a really bad winter. And so the fact that we have one peach is good. So I just want to give you an update on this part of the garden. So what I'm going to do right here is, obviously these are grow bags. It's 10-gallon grow bags? No. 10 5-gallon grow bags. And we put some weed blocker on the ground right here. We're going to cover this with mulch. Okay? To just cover the grass. But what I'm going to plant in these is I'm going to plant some celery. I'm going to plant some onions. Maybe some garlic and also corn. Okay? In these grow bags. And it's going to be mulch on this part, on the actual, there's going to be mulch covering the weed blocker. So that's going to be cool. And then on this bed right here, you'll see that on this bed right here, you'll see that the peppers are doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good. I think it has some damage to the leaves, maybe because of overwatering. My biggest problem, I tell you. So, but you can see, like, you know, that's a jalapeno, that's a sweet pepper, that's a sweet pepper, that's a nasturtium. And you can't see it really. You can't really see this right here. You can a little bit. These three right here, 1, 2, 3, those are carrots, and then those down there, 1 and 2, that's celery. So those right there are celery. And then you can kind of see like that little, it's so hard to see, but that's kale. That's a sweet pepper right there. So that's kale. That's a sweet pepper. That's a tomato. So yeah. Basically, everything is just trying to grow, you know? And this rain that we're going to get today, if it does rain, will help. So this bed is doing really good. This is basically just lots of fall veggies that's doing good, even though it's kind of hot recently, or it's been very hot and humid recently. So we have beets and carrots mixed in here with some strawberries in the back, and then we have some sage. So we actually will probably have to check to see if the beets and carrots need to be harvested soon, because they're looking really good. Okay? So the last thing that I want to show you is just this bed right here. So this bed right here is basically, well, this will be a bed once we put some soil in it. But I'm just going to put some flowers in this bed and maybe some more herbs. It's going to be right on the fence line. The weed blocker is going to cover all of the ground. And of course, my dad will cover it with soil and then with some mulch. And so I'm excited about that. So thank you all so much for watching my channel. Again, I am Taryn and you're watching Sow in the City. I just really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a like, don't forget to comment, and hopefully you're subscribed. I will definitely make sure to keep you updated on all things that's happening in the garden for this season, and I'm just excited to see how the garden progresses, okay? So you all have a great day, and thank you for watching.